This is clearly a parody and not intended for kids. Viewer discretion advised. Storytime with Tom Foolery presents How the Karen Cancelled Christmas, written by Antonio Carter. Every neighbour on Hollyhock Lane decked their halls with peppermint wreaths and inflatable balls. They carolled too loud, and they wore too much red, while visions of gift cards danced round in their heads. They made their hot cocoa and trimmed all the trees. The children, all smiles, yelled, "More marshmallows, please!" They hung up their lights with excessive delight and cranked Mariah Carey all through the night. But Karen lived just past the HOA gate. Up high on Mount Hater, consumed by her hate. She hated the tinsel, the joy, and the noise. She hated the mess made by children with toys. Karen, inside of her beige little box, hated their laughs and their Christmas-themed crocs. She hated the lights, the songs, and the glee. She even screamed hoax at the town Christmas tree. She hated the Santas on rooftops and lawns, the plastic inflatables farting out songs. She hated the season, she hated it all. That Karen, her wig, was 2 sizes too small. Too gaudy, too giddy, too loud in this town, she shrieked from her porch in a fur-trimmed nightgown. "You people are feral, with no self-respect. I'll file a complaint with our local prefect." She called Target Corporate. She screamed at them all. She wrote Yelp reviews just to cancel them all. She flagged every house with a light-up nativity. Wrote violations with holiday negativity. But deep in her wine fridge and beige little soul lay a once happy girl who had lost all control. She once loved the snowflakes and peppermint dreams, but something had snapped in her HOA schemes. It started the year her husband got bold and left her for Trish from CrossFit, truth be told. And then little Braxton declared he was they, and Karen just couldn't with Christmas that day. So she built up a wall made of Botox and rage, a Chardonnay shield and a Facebook mum cage. And each year since, when the sleigh bells would ring, she'd unbuckle her crazy and do her own thing. It's tacky, it's gruesome, it's morally vile, she snarled with a painfully Botoxed smile. Christmas is cancelled, and I've got a plan to ruin the season as best as I can. She'd sneak in the night with a leaf blower pack and blow down the wreaths from each cul-de-sac. She shrieked at a toddler whose clothes were too bright and banned candy canes by executive right. She stormed through the streets, filled with disdain, snatching fake snow and unplugging a train. She poured out the cider, she crushed every treat, she karate-chopped Rudolph right into the street. She zip-tied the stockings to shock the whole block, filling them with mean notes and just one dirty sock. She painted illegal on a small baby Jesus and yelled, "Fake news! They've come to mislead us!" But just as she plotted to deep six the sleds, she was startled by footsteps and 2 sleepy heads. 2 pajama-clad kids with hot cocoa and glee had wandered outside just to look at the tree. They offered her cookies, all gooey and sweet, and said, "Merry Christmas! You want some to eat?" Karen blinked once. She blinked once again. No one had offered her cookies since... when? But Karen just huffed and stormed back to her door, yelled, "Christmas is cancelled forever, you whores!" She slammed the door shut with a thunderous crack, then slouched on her couch and looked at her cat. Maybe, just maybe, I went a bit far as she poured some more grain alcohol in her jar. She sat there in silence, in fury and fleece, still buzzing from chaos and HOA peace. But a strange little giggle came up through the vent, from kids down the block, still jolly, unbent. They laughed and they sang and they twirled in the snow. No tree, no lights, still the joy had a glow. And Karen, now fuming with Chardonnay heat, their holiday spirit just will not be beat. Something then stirred in her frosty facade, a crack in her shell, a moment so odd. She felt a small flutter, not rage, but delight, and her wig, well, her wig wasn't fitting just right. It twitched, it shimmered, it quivered, then poof, it grew 3 whole sizes and dented her roof. It flopped and it flared in a glorious wave, a mighty blonde helmet, too large to behave. Her eyes filled with tears, or was it just wind? She gasped, "Is this joy?" and began to descend. Coming down from Mount Hater, she clutched the treat tin and screamed, "Dear God, let the Yuletide begin!" A toddler waved back, all sticky and loud, and the neighbors, they clapped. That bitch drew a crowd. They handed her cocoa and cheered like a choir, even though she had tried to set Christmas on fire. She baked chocolate cookies and let down her guard. She even let toddlers walk on her front yard. She rode on a sleigh pulled by Chad from down 3 and helped string new lights on the town Christmas tree. And what happened then? Well, in Hollyhock lore, they say Karen doesn't quite suck anymore. She still files complaints, but with glitter and flair, and her wig now has ornaments tucked in its hair. She now only slightly deflates their balloons and flips off the choir just once every June. They say her wig sparkled each holiday season, a living, breathing hairpiece of reason. And the moral, dear reader, is easy to say. Even Karens can slay on a good Christmas day. The Sleigh Bell End. How the Karen Cancelled Christmas. Written by Antonio Carter. Narrated by Tom Foolery. A very special thank you to Antonio Carter for sending us this early Christmas release. Why not treat yourself this Christmas and buy your friends a copy, or buy it for yourself if you don't have any friends? Oh, it'll be lonely this Christmas, indeed. Also, follow Antonio on his socials. There should be links for you to do such things. Alright? Slay. Let us know in the comments section if you are going to slay this Christmas. What a question. What sort of question is that? Surely you should slay all year, Queen. Right? Yes. Sleighing is not just for Christmas. Finger the links on screen. More story time coming soon. I see you next Tuesday.